Welcome back, everybody, to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and today we are going to be showing off Fused ZAMASU. Now I have a couple problems with this character. A lot of them are pretty, like, I think some of them would be considered substantial given the state of extreme class characters right now. But most of the complaints I have about this character aren't really all that big, because I do think ZAMASU is quite the good unit, and I think he's going to be performing fine in like most of the content he is. I would like to see after this celebration what ZAMASU's team is going to look like. I think his leader skill is very, very good. I just would hope that, you know, he gets the buffs he needs as an extreme class character in this game, unfortunately, right? But anyway, guys, I'll talk about those more so in the showcase itself, and then we'll go ahead and you know, get some good numbers with this character. Hopefully, we're going to be taking him into the Legendary Vegeta event. We're going to be running him on Realm of Gods, basically the team he leads. Realm of Gods, Worldwide Chaos, pretty much, basically. Most of the characters on Realm of Gods and Worldwide Chaos, extreme class characters, kind of, you know, overlap. So, yeah, anyway, I'm going to cut, and then we'll hop right in. Alrighty, so we have ZAMASU's intro skill. I think, not intro skill, but his intro animation. I think his intro looks really, really good. It's pretty simple, though. Quite the simple animation. So, I guess to kind of list off my first point, there is another character called Fusion ZAMASU, right? And obviously we know who this character is. It's the Int one. That character desperately needed some help, and they kind of threw him away once ZAMASU kind of came out, right? LR ZAMASU. There's almost no reason to use that unit anymore. I do think that on his team, if you're running a different rotation, like, you know, as a floater, you can probably get away with it. The thing is, though, ZAMASU, the Int one, isn't really somebody you want to float off, right? And that is just a little bit unfortunate. It would have been so much nicer if they named this guy Merge ZAMASU Mutated, which in fact is very funny. I say that because this guy right here has a different name. He is Fusion ZAMASU Mutated, right? So they are very blatantly, very clearly stating that these are two different characters right here, right? These are two very obviously different characters. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and see what the first rotation is looking like. We have a Fusion ZAMASU at 100%, and then we have a Fusion ZAMASU at 55%. I am thinking of doing this kind of thing for showcases a little bit more. Having a 55% leader, and then having my 55% unit, and then also a 100% leader, just to show off the differences. And I think that'll work out pretty well. So we're going to see a couple turns with my ZAMASU. It's going to be pretty easy to get ZAMASU 7-turn stuff on this team and in this event, right? Because the Legendary Vegeta event can last pretty long, especially since we have some weaker-ish units on the team as well. So we'll probably see it. So right here, we have Supreme Kai of Time for our support unit. She's providing some good support for ZAMASU here. What's his defense at starting turn? 230k defense at 100%. Keep in mind, he does get a 50% defensive buff as soon as he gets hit. And then also on top of that, his 18 key super attack raises his defense by 30%, and then his 12 key raises his defense by another 50%. Not to mention, once he falls below 70% HP, he does get, right, an additional 50% defense on that hit. So he's getting basically 100% defense once he gets hit, and then also the high chance to become a super attack, right? So that's really, really good for ZAMASU, I think. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so ZAMASU is pretty much going to be taking no damage here throughout this whole event, basically. We're going to be doing some no-item runs, obviously, with these characters. I plan on doing a gauntlet with them against all the tough, difficult red zones. So that'll be definitely really, really fun. Hopefully we can get all the animations we want to see from ZAMASU here, and then all of his stuff active as well. I do think it will be possible to get below that 70% threshold. Here we have ZAMASU with, you know, just Fusion ZAMASU with regular ZAMASU here. Once this guy transforms, though, he becomes a really, really good linking partner for this guy. So I cannot wait for his EZA to come out. Then we'll really be doing some showcases, right, for sure. And then hopefully, you know, this guy gets an LR in part 2 of this celebration. And then I think this team actually probably becomes pretty good. It just depends on how they handle Rose, right? Okay. Yeah, 5 million, turn 1, 3 links active. Not necessarily the best. He is also getting support from Rose as well. So just keep that in mind. But I just know that this is raising his defense by another 100%. So I think after he gets hit, He's looking pretty good. And then also after his super attacks as well, Zamasu becomes pretty tanky. He also has 80% damage reduction, by the way, turn 1. On his first turn, he gets 80% damage reduction. His intro buff gives him basically 40% damage reduction, right? And then after that first turn, you drop down to 60%. So he gets 20% from his intro skill for 4 turns, and then like he just blatantly gets an extra 40% damage reduction from his passive. So after that 4th turn, Zamasu does become a little bit tankier, right? I mean, not a little bit tankier, but he is still tankier than the blues, right? And I think I do like that a little bit more from Zamasu's kit there. Here we have some okay links, right? Linking them with LR Goku Black and Zamasu isn't really necessarily the worst thing ever. It's just that LR Goku Black and Zamasu, they have aged just a little bit, right? Just a tad. What's their defense out on this turn? 168k. Okay, so I do think if I would have liked Zamasu, I think a lot more, in fact, if instead of just building up attack, right, I would like that to have been attack and defense, right? Getting hit and then getting an additional, 25% attack and defense every time he gets hit. That would help this character exponentially, right? It's not like he necessarily needs it. That turn 1, if you get lucky in a lot of situations, turn 1, man, this guy would look really, really good with 25% attack and defense every time he gets hit on top of the 100% defense if you're below 70% HP. And then, everything he gets from his super, he would be unkillable almost, I'd say. Past turn 1, though, 60% defense, 60% damage reduction, that's pretty good. Like, he would be really, really good. Goku Black and Zamasu finished it off. I would also, I would prefer that we get an easy A for LR Rose as well. Just because I think it would help out the team a little bit as well. It depends on how they handle the Part 2 LR, right? If we do get a Part 2 LR Rose, hopefully we do, though, because extreme class characters need it, right? Here's actually a really, really good rotation for Zamasu, 55%. So we don't have big bad bosses here active just yet. We do have a link level 5, though. What's his defense with support on rotation? He's at 158k defense here. He does need to get hit 1 time, and then that raises up, obviously. We have yet to fall below that threshold, huh? We're already on the 3rd phase, and we've yet to fall below that threshold. That does suck a little bit, right? We're not going to be able to see that 100% defense. I really do wish that they would give us an indicator, like alongside the attack, they would give us an indicator of what the defense would be. I think that would help me out gauge what numbers Zamasu would be at. But I think at 55%, you could probably see Zamasu at around, like, I think an average of 400k with damage reduction, with 40% damage reduction. So that is decent, I think. It's pretty decent. I don't want to say it's like the craziest, right, in the world, because, frankly, you could still get hit pretty hard from some of these bosses. But it's pretty decent at 55%. Okay, Vegeta. Oh, that's actually fine. I was taking 100k there. That's fine. It's getting us lower HP. Oh, we healed. Okay, never mind. She does heal. I do forget that she does heal. So that didn't really matter much. Okay, so Zamasu's at 191k there. I guess having big bad bosses would really help Zamasu out a little bit defensively. Let's go ahead and put him in the first slot. So right here, Zamasu loses that 60% damage reduction. So right now, he's only at 40% damage reduction here. I'm fine with that. Like, obviously, through this event, we're not going to be taking too much damage. After next turn, we'll be able to see his domain. So that's going to be really, really cool as well. Once his domain comes out, I do believe that Zamasu becomes quite amazing. Like, very, very good. But right now, I think Zamasu's like a pretty simple unit, though. Quite simple. Still only 2 links. Missing. Dude, look. Legendary power is right there. It's quite close to getting done. Almost link level 10. How much does legendary power give you? It's like, what? It's not 10%, is it? It might be, actually. Let's see. So, 14% attack. Yeah, so it probably goes up to like 15% attack right there. That's not bad. If we could get it active, that'd be nice. That would be quite neat. Okay, we'll do this. Zamasu should be coming up close on getting fully built up by now. I'm very curious to see how they're going to handle AGL Zamasu's Easy AA, man. I hope he's good. They cannot fumble that character's Easy A. They can't. They literally can't. I'm not saying that in a way of like, you know, it's impossible to fumble his EZA. I just mean like if they do fumble his EZA, he becomes quite. This team becomes quite tragic, right? Most villains in the game right now are in a pretty tragic spot. I do think that ZAMASU being introduced does help out a little bit, right? Especially sharing having three leader skills, and then on top of that, being able to bring villain cards for 150% HP. Like, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Unless they're in, you know, Time Travelers or Final Trump card, then it's 180%. So that's really, really neat, right? For sure. Let's go ahead and we'll do... We are able to see his domain expansion, but right here we're at 240k defense. And then on top of that, like that's with Big Bad Boss is active. On top of that, we also get the 100%. This is a good rotation to show this off. So we'll just go ahead and show it off, his domain next turn, I think. Let's try and avoid heals as much as possible. And then we'll go ahead and give her those. I think we've pretty much finished it off because ZAMASU, he does get a guaranteed additional attack here, right? He's raising his defense has risen by a lot. He's at 16 million, huh? He's at 16 million. He's raising his defense by 30% here, and then his additional, if you got a super attack, would be raising it again by another like 50%. On top of having that's pretty good. Like ZAMASU on that rotation at 100%, he looked really, really good there, and he has crits as well. Yeah, his damage is kind of nutty, huh? That is really, really neat. I do like that quite a bit. Okay, I would really like to see ours with... I would really like to see what the 55% one is doing, though. So let's go ahead and do that. We have Big Bad Boss is active here, so he's looking a little bit better. He's at 195k, though. Keep in mind, right, he's going to get an extra 100% as soon as he gets hit. So that's pretty good. Let's just go ahead and see. Hopefully nobody else takes a super attack here. Yeah, this is basically just double digits. It was going to be double digits the entire time, though. This should be double digits, though. Let's see. We'll see. I don't want to... Yeah. Okay, good. I was going to cry. So right here is at 13 million, 55%. Below 70% HP. That's not bad. That's really not bad. He could have additional super attacked, though. That would have been way better. Hopefully this guy can... This guy is pretty bad. Man, I'm not going to deny it. He is pretty bad. Yeah, he's only got 40% damage reduction. He's not getting anything on a super attack. If they give him some stats on a super attack and then increase a lot of the stats he's getting in his passive, and then maybe give him some support, bruh, I think I'd like that ZAMASU a lot, right? I think I would. Giving him like one turn guard as well, that'd be kind of crazy, huh? And then also on top of that, his like fusion, his like corrupted form, right? If they increase his stats, so he's getting the fusion ZAMASU, this guy. Let's see, not him. This guy right here. I want to take a little bit to talk about his EZA real quick, just real quick. But you know, he's getting key +4 and then attack 280%, and then he's reducing damage received by 20%, and then he's disabling enemies guard, right? I think what we could see is they probably keep key +4, right? But it would be like attack and defense 280%. Or like attack 280% and then defense like maybe 150. And then reduces damage received by, I would say, hopefully 40%. 40 or 50%, that'd be cool. We could probably see like 30% realistically, though. I see that going up by like 10. And then giving him like some stats on a super attack, the ZAMASU would be perfectly fine, I think. Giving him guard on this turn and make him a little bit more defensive, I think I would like that quite a bit. But anyway, let's just head to the showcase. I would like to see... We're just not going to be able to see it, though. That's the problem. 4 links for 100% is fine. I'm fine with that. I think we're just slightly above 70% HP here. Let's go ahead and do this so we don't heal up too much. And then the domain. Bro, we got to see the domain. We do got to see domain, but I think we'll see it next turn, so that's fine. Yeah, this one shots. Okay, perfect. I'm cool with that. Okay. If we can get domain here, I'd be happy. We're far... Yeah, okay, here we are. So let's go ahead and see his domain animation. Like I said, I don't have... The OBS is being weird with my audio for my capture card. I don't know why, so I'm just not able to hear any audio, unfortunately. And neither are you guys, so that really does suck. But this animation does look quite good, huh? Like the red, the Infinite Zamasu stuff, this is really, really cool. So keep in mind right here, right? Once he goes into this form, basically what's happening is he's providing all extreme class Cal allies with 3 key, right? Which is quite nice. And then once he's changing key orbs as well. So he changes SDR and AGL key orbs to tech key spheres. And then once he gets 4 key spheres, right, he's providing worldwide chaos category allies with 60% defense. Like, that is quite good. And then, not to mention his passive skill, he nullifies everything coming his way, right? He nullifies everything, so you're not taking damage in that first slot at all. I would almost want to say if you're running him with Piccolo Jr., Piccolo Jr. after a couple attacks in the second slot, and then with that extra 60% defense, he's taking like 0 damage from like most things, right? I would almost say get him like 3 super attacks that he's cooking in that second slot. That's why I think this rotation would be kind of a crazy rotation for Zamasu. We have most of our links active here. We still have Big Bad Bosses active as well. Doesn't really matter too much. Let's go ahead and pop this. This is going to heal us up a little bit, quite a lot actually. We lose Big Bad Bosses. That's actually super unfortunate. Honestly, it's just up to this guy not to take a crazy amount of damage, right? But we do have the extra 60% defense plus the support we're getting from the God support, right? Supreme Kai of Time. We should be fine this rotation. I really don't see too much happening here. We could probably even kill. Yeah, he's just taking 0 damage. This character, once he comes out, he becomes. I think he's really, really good. And then he's also just helping out characters. Now, I don't think. It's like his thing isn't like Bomo support, so he has to be on rotation to be supporting the allies on the team. It's more recommended, and I think you will probably see it once we start actually getting more extreme class characters for Worldwide Chaos out on this team, right? You'll be seeing Zamasu a lot more for sure. Right now, the friends list seems pretty dead with Zamasu. I can't see any friends, right, that are running this character other than the one I've had right now. It took me like maybe 10 minutes to do it though. But yeah, I think you're going to be seeing Zamasu quite a lot. He is a really, really good leader. 29k per super per normal, huh? I mean, like I said, he's not Easy 8 or anything right now. So once his Easy 8 comes out, hopefully he's a little bit better. Oh, I also want to mention that this guy does debuff superclass allies, right? He is debuffing them. So just keep that in mind. Oh yeah, you also can't use... You cannot use both at the same time. That does suck a little bit, huh? It's fine though. We're not taking too much damage. Not with Zamasu in the first slot. With what's his defense at? His defense does just seem really low though, huh? Like at 100%, only 191k. If he gets hit, there's gonna be situations though, and that's just probably my nitpick. Zamasu doesn't really get the craziest start of turn buffs, right? I think his start of turn buffs are a little low. If they're at like 200% or something like that, man. Or even like 150%. I think 150% would be perfect, right? I mean, pretty fair given what this guy's doing. But I mean, there's going to be situations in which, like, you know, you're fighting in Omega Shenron and you put him in the first slot, and then Omega Shenron just first slot, first turn, instantly super attacks you with 40% damage reduction at 191k defense. It's just not going to be enough. And I guess we don't have Big Bad Bosses here active, but even at, like, what was he? He was like at 230k there. Even that isn't enough to tank an Omega Super turn 1, right? It's unfortunate, but that's just the truth. We could very well see him kill though, I think. Like after, he just needs to get hit first, right? And then I think what would really help him take super attacks for like double digits or something like that would be getting his super attacks off as well. But I mean, after everything, I think that Zamasu is still pretty good. Like I said, we're gonna be seeing him in a couple of difficult events. We're gonna be doing a Red Zone Gauntlet after I do my individual showcases as well. And we're gonna be trying to no item most things, right, with these teams. So just keep a lookout for that. Okay. 27 million damage to Vegeta. Okay, well, bye Vegeta. We pretty much saw everything we wanted to see though from Zamasu. Yeah, pretty much everything. Zamasu was pretty much fully built up. That entire the fight. We saw the below 70% HP. He's reducing damage received by 40%. We saw most of the critical hits that he's gotten off. He's pretty good, man. He's really, really good. If I were to recommend a build for this character, he's got crits in his passive, so he doesn't really need crit. I would just say additional and dodge probably. Most likely is the best outcome for this character. If you don't want to give him full dodge or additional, right? But I do like making my units pretty even. So I don't really put dodge on. I don't really put crit on my units anymore. It's mostly just additional and dodge. That's typically what I do for my units at this point. So, but anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for today. I really appreciate each and every one of you who stayed to the very end of the video. If you enjoyed, obviously, like and subscribe. If you've stayed this far, you enjoy the content completely. So why not? Why not, right? You can take it back at any time, and it's completely free. So anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for today. I really appreciate each and every last one of you. Strive to be better people every single day, and I will see you all in the next one.